Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the E16 series from Bergen to Oslo. My name is Emma. I am the owner of the Hidden North, an online travel guide for Northern Europe, including Norway, with a focus on road tripping and the coastal ferry. This is the last episode of this series, and in this episode we are going from Fagernes all the way to Oslo. Along the way, we'll be going through the Aldal Valley, very beautiful valley, very remote it feels, lots of farming, lots of small settlements. We'll pass turnoffs to some stave churches, and then as we make our way into Oslo, the sun begins to set and we get stuck in traffic. Very fitting, I think, for entering a major city. This is the last episode in the E16 series. If you haven't watched the others, I highly recommend going and doing so because it's just such a beautiful drive. Anyway, enjoy the E16 Part 6 from Fagernes to Oslo.
like you like me too. We can take it slow, make sure we do this right. Canceled all my plans to be with you tonight. So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be. You make me anxious. I think I might be stuck on you. I love the things you did for me. For me, it seems like you're dropping clues. There's no need to rush, so let's just take our time. Dropping everything, 'cause you're stuck on my mind. So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. So just sit with me, talking through the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think you were meant to be with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be.
Coming up soon on the right, we are passing a farm that you can actually visit. It is called the Norway, one of the most famous farms that produces rockfisk. Rockfisk is a dish made from trout where it's salted for 2 or 3 months and then eaten without cooking. It's almost fermented. It is quite a unique thing for this part of Norway. You do not find it in other parts of Norway, so I do recommend taking the opportunity to try some for yourself. We are driving through the village of Aurdal, which is located just south of Fagernes. Aurdal is a small village with a population of around 647 people, and the village is known for its winter sports activities and is in the Valdres Alpine Centre. There are several places here to stay and eat. Welcome to Sør-Aurdal Municipality, or the South Aurdal Municipality. The name comes from the valley in which it is located, and the coat of arms represents a medieval reliquary that is based on the one found at Hedalen Stave Church. There are 2 dragon's heads because Sør-Aurdal, is one of the only 2 municipalities in Norway that have 2 stave churches that are still in use. We will pass where you can turn off for them. We actually did turn off and visit them, but I don't include it in this video because this video is about the E16. Where you can turn off for the first stave church is here in Bergen. This is where you can turn to see the Reinli Stave Church, which I highly recommend. This was one of my favorite stave churches that I've been to, and I've been to 27 out of 28. One's missing, it's on an island. I don't know if I'll ever get there. Anyway, let's continue driving south towards Oslo. I just want to quickly point out that what you can start to see, like we filmed this at maybe 2:30 in the afternoon, and you'll see just how dark it's getting because this was at the end of October. The sun is super low on the horizon, and you can see we're just missing where the sun is. But I promise this wasn't filmed like late in the day or anything. It was just filmed in October. And actually this was filmed the day after daylight savings changed. So we had to move all the clocks back an hour. And that's when we started to get early sunsets. The sunset in Oslo, I think, was at 4:45 p.m. So 4:45 p.m. Crazy. Crazy. Thankfully, it wasn't icy or anything. It was about 10 degrees Celsius outside. Anyway, let me let you enjoy the drive. We'll keep going south towards Oslo.
I see it in your eyes. Yeah, I can read the signs. You need to get away. It's time we make a change. Oh, you know you'll always have me. Baby, I will always stay with you. So put your trust in me. We'll work it out, you'll see. If we get in a car and drive someplace far, yeah, we could go for a ride. The two of us, we don't have to stop. Baby, let's go for a ride. You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want. I'll have your back if you'll have mine. You and I wanna leave everything behind. If you wanted to, promise you we will be alright. If it's you and I want you to myself. We can stay in hotels, just living off the edge. Only good times ahead. So let me put a smile upon your face. Maybe make your worries go away. So put your trust in me. We'll work it out, you'll see. If we get in a car and drive someplace far, yeah, we could go for a ride. You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want. I'll have your back if you'll have mine. You and I wanna leave everything behind. If you wanted to, promise you we will be alright. If it's you and I. You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want. I'll have your back if you'll have mine. You and I.
So we are now crossing into Ringerike municipality, which is a very interesting municipality because it's quite well known from the Viking Age. Ringerike takes its name from the traditional region of the same name, which is a name that dates back to before the Vikings. The name roughly means Ring Kingdom and refers to the settlements that settled in a ring around the Tyrifjord, which we'll see later. Many important Norwegian kings come from here, including St. Olaf and Harald Hardrada, and you'll see many ancient sites around Ringerike. Unfortunately, not on the E16, otherwise I would show you them all. We really wanted to see them, but we just ran out of time because of the lack of daylight. So you could easily spend a day exploring Ringerike and all their historic sites. almost at the end. Look, the sun is setting, which means we're getting closer to Oslo. We are now driving through the village of Hallingby, which is a small town just north of Fagernes. The church here is from 1862 and has an interesting altarpiece. It is a copy of the Resurrection, and it is painted by the famous Norwegian painter Aldolf Tindemand, who did a lot of the folktale and national romantic paintings, I think is a good way to put it. The town was built up after the railway opened through here in the mid-19th century. Next stop, Hønefoss, and then after that, Oslo. welcome to the town of Hønefoss. Hønefoss is the last major town that we'll visit before Oslo, although I've just remembered now that we also go through Sundvolden, so I will talk about that as well. So the E16 doesn't go through Hønefoss, but you can sort of see it to the left. If you have time, I do recommend taking a detour and heading in. Hønefoss is built around a big waterfall that you can see, and there was a lot of sawmill businesses that arose around the waterfall in the 17th century. So Hønefoss is home to many factories associated with the timber industry, as well as paper production. So it's a fascinating town, and there are museums here, there's some great shops here, and I do just recommend going and seeing the waterfall. So from Hønefoss to Oslo, you'll notice we're basically stuck in traffic the whole way. It's single lane, which blows my mind. Leading into a major city, we're stuck mostly on a single lane. No overtaking, but that's just part of the fun of driving in Norway. So enjoy watching the sunset in traffic with me as we make our way south to Oslo. Okay, so this is the last sort of town, I guess you could call it, that we'll visit before Oslo. Sundvolden, it is located along the Fjord, which you'll soon see on the right, and Sundvolden is known for its hotels. Sundvolden Hotel is one of Norway's oldest hotels, first mentioned in written sources in 1648, and the hotel is still there, though it has been rebuilt many times. And the reason why hotels were built here is because, you may have guessed it, it's on the main road between East and West Norway, but also the old road from Oslo to Trondheim in central Norway. So there were many people coming through here, and because of that, there's been guest houses here for hundreds of years. It is really fascinating. The modern building to the left behind the petrol station, that was the hotel. So yeah, unfortunately, it's not a historic building anymore, but it's still there. Okay, last stop Oslo. Do keep a lookout for the Fjord. It's a little tricky to see, but it's down on the right-hand side. Welcome to Bergen Municipality, which is our last stop for the day because we don't drive all the way into Oslo. So Bergen, it's part of the Oslo region, and it is actually home to the country's highest percentage of millionaires, with about 20% of the inhabitants being millionaires. That's impressive. It used to be an agricultural community until after World War II. Then the population increased by almost 50,000 in less than a generation. And this is where you'll find a lot of the big companies like Equinor, the ones that control the Norwegian oil industry, as well as Telenor, which is the, it's like the mobile phone company. I don't know if that's the best term for that. And we actually don't drive all the way into Oslo because we were staying on a peninsula called Fornebu because my husband had a conference and I offered to drive him. That's why I wanted to film this. And because of that, we didn't drive all the way in. But when we stayed in Fornebu, we were actually staying about a 5-minute walk from the Equinor headquarters, which was really cool. So as we make our way into Oslo, you'll still see lots of traffic. You'll also notice a lot of roadworks because they're improving this highway between Oslo and Hønefoss. They're expanding it, they're adding a couple more tunnels because there's a lot of moose that live here and they want to make it safer for the moose, which is completely reasonable. Anyway, let's make our way into Oslo and I'll come back when we're getting towards the end of the video. I can't believe that we're at the end of the E16 series, but we have made it to our final destination, which is Oslo. Thank you so much for coming on this drive with me, and if you've been watching this ever since we left Bergen, which was 9.5 hours ago, then I really appreciate it. And you can find my written guide to this drive on thehiddennorth.com. It's also in the book I wrote called The West Norway Road Trip Guide. And be sure to check out my YouTube channel where I've filmed all the big highways across Norway because I just love driving and I think it's the best way to see this country. Again, thank you so much for coming on today's drive with me and for following the E16 series.